Greetings. I am Mr. Grimreaper 512 with Dark Knight 987. Sorry about the Transylvania accent. I'm trying. But anyway, tonight we're gonna give you guys another review. This is another back in time Halloween review. This is gonna be another back in time Halloween edition. And this is gonna be for Frankenstein. This 19 This is from this film is from 1931, and it's directed by James Well. It is based on the novel by the legendary Mary Shelley. This stars Colin Clive, May Clark, John Bowles, the legendary Boris Karloff, Dwight Fry, Edward Van Sloan, and Frederick Kerr. We are going to go through the. We're going to go through the. We're going to go through the plot, like we always do, and we're going to talk about this film. The plot's rather long, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to go through it as good as we can and stuff like that. So. So let's talk about just so everybody knows, this movie is the very first of the Universal Monsters films. Not to mention the fact that it had the honor in 1991 that they put it in the Library of Congress. So, yeah. So let's talk about Frankenstein. So here we go. Frankenstein begins with Edward Van Sloan stepping from behind a curtain and delivering a brief caution before the opening credits. How do you do? Mr. Carl Lamille feels it would be a little unkind to present this picture without just a word of friendly warning. We're about to unfold the story of Frankenstein, a man of science who sought to create a man after his own image without reckoning upon God. It is one of the strangest tales ever told. It deals with the two great mysteries of creation, life, and death. I think it will thrill you, it may shock you, it might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now's your chance to, we warned you. In a village of the Bavarian Alps, a young scientist named Henry Frankenstein and his assistant Fritz, a hunchback, piece together a human body, the parts of which have been collected from various sources, including stolen, freshly buried bodies in a cemetery and the bodies of recently hanged criminals. Frankenstein desires to create human life through electrical devices which he has perfected. He sends Fritz to school where Dr. Waldman, Henry's old medical professor, teaches to steal a brain. Fritz drops the normal brain and has to take the brain of a criminal. Elizabeth, his fiancée, is worried over his peculiar actions. She cannot understand why he secludes himself in an abandoned watchtower, which he has equipped as a laboratory, and refuses to see anyone. She and a friend, Victor Moritz, go to Dr. Waldman and ask Waldman's help in reclaiming the young scientist from his experiments. Waldman tells them that Frankenstein has been working on creating life. Elizabeth, intent on rescuing Frankenstein, arrives just as Henry is making his final test. He tells them to watch, claiming to have discovered the ray that brought life into the world. They watch Frankenstein and the hunchback as they raise the dead creature on an operating table. High into the room toward an opening at the top of the laboratory, then a terrific crash of thunder booms. And Frankenstein's electric machines flash, crackle, and buzz. Shortly, the hand of Frankenstein's creature begins to move. Then this prompts Frankenstein to shout, "It's alive." The manufactured creature, despite its grotesque form, initially appears to be simple, innocent creation. Frankenstein welcomes it into his laboratory and asks his creation to sit, which it does. He then opens the roof, causing the creature to reach out towards the sunlight. Fritz enters with a flaming torch, which frightens the creature. Its fright is mistaken by Frankenstein and Waldman as an attempt to attack them, and is chained in the dungeon. Thinking that it is not fit for society and will wreak havoc at any chance, they leave the creature locked up, where Fritz antagonizes it with a torch. What an asshole. As Henry and Waldman consider the creature's fate, they hear a shriek from the dungeon. Frankenstein and Waldman run down and find that the creature has strangled Fritz. Because you kept fucking with it, asshole. The creature lunges at the two, but they escape, locking the creature inside. Realizing that the creature must be destroyed, Henry prepares an injection of a powerful drug, and the two conspire to release the creature and inject it as it attacks. When the doors unlock, the creature lunges at Frankenstein as Waldman injects the drug into the creature's back. The creature falls to the floor unconscious. Henry collapses from exhaustion, and Elizabeth and Henry's father arrive and take him home. Henry is worried about the creature, but Waldman reassures him that he will destroy it. Later, Henry is at home, recovered and preparing for his wedding, while Waldman examines the creature. As he is preparing to vivisect it, the creature awakens and strangles him. It escapes from the tower and wanders through the landscape. It has a short encounter with a farmer's young daughter, Maria. She is not afraid of him and asks him to play a game with her in which they toss flowers into the lake and watch him float. Oh, this part. Wow. Oh. The creature enjoys the game, but when they run out of flowers, he thinks Maria will float as well. So he throws her into the lake where, to his puzzlement, she drowns. Upset by his outcome, the creature runs away. Sorry. With preparations, for the wedding completed, Henry is serenely happy with Elizabeth. They are to marry as soon as Waldman arrives. However, Victor rushes in, saying that Dr. Waldman has been found strangled. Henry suspects that the creature. Meanwhile, the creature enters Elizabeth's room, causing her to scream. When the searchers arrive, they find Elizabeth unconscious on the bed. The creature has escaped. Maria's father arrives carrying his daughter's body. He says she was murdered, and the village form a search party to capture the creature and bring it to justice, dead or alive. In order to search the whole country for the creature, they split into 3 groups. Ludwig leads the first group into the woods. Henry leads the second into the mountains, and the Burgermeister leads the third group by the lake. What? There's a dude named Burgermeister? Really? Oh, I know. Burgermaster. Yeah, I don't know. During the search, Henry becomes separated from the group and is discovered by the creature, who attacks him. The creature knocks Henry unconscious and carries him off to an old mill. The peasants hear his cries and they regroup to follow. They find the creature has climbed to the top, dragging Henry with him. The creature hurls the scientist to the ground. His fall is broken by the vanes of the windmill, saving his life. Some of the villagers hurry him to his home while the rest of the mob set the windmill ablaze, killing the entrapped creature inside. At Castle Frankenstein, Frankenstein's father, Baron Frankenstein, celebrates the wedding of his recovered son with a toast to his future grandchild, thus ending Frankenstein. So yeah. But anyway, I remember seeing bits and pieces of this movie when I was a kid. Like, it's a very old movie.
It is.
And I do remember parts. I do remember that part where that asshole kept messing with that monster, kept messing with the monster.
That's something you don't do. Trust
Yeah,
me.
and that's why he cause come on, cause this the monster doesn't know better. He doesn't know any better. You know what I mean? Like in his
Yeah.
mind, in his head, he's like a little kid. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he uh he was just made by Frankenstein and stuff like that. And in the movie, you kind of feel sorry a little bit for the monster. You
Of
know what I
course.
mean? Um, but like I think this movie, like the monster kind of, I kind of, I kind of, I kind of think the monster felt misunderstood in a
Yeah.
way, especially the whole thing with the little girl. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he wasn't trying to hurt nobody. He wasn't trying
No.
to hurt anyone for that
No,
matter.
of course not.
He wanted to have he was they're playing a game and stuff like that, and he's thinking they're having fun with each other stuff, but uh and he does like I said before, he doesn't know any better, the monster
Yeah, really.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that, because he was just born like not what four like about 15 minutes earlier, like about maybe an hour and a half earlier in the movie. He but but yeah, what did you think of Frankenstein, dude?
Well, I mean, like, this movie is so old. 1931. That's way before even I was even on this planet, and
Yeah.
my partner too. This is hella old school, but and I know those lines. Of course, I believe my mom and dad probably watched it, and I probably remember, back when we had those old school channels, with like Turner Classic Movie TCM, they would probably show something like this. I mean, I remember, the It's Alive, It's Alive. That's from that, the whole Frankenstein monster. It's one of the old legendary monsters of that time. And they were talking about before Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, Leprechaun, you name it. This was one of the monsters that became a legendary, along with the likes of the Wolfman, Dracula,
The creature from the
Swamp
Black
Monster,
Lagoon.
the Mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was started. This is the very movie that started the Universal Monsters series. What we know of as the
yeah,
Universal Monsters universe, and stuff like that. And to say the least, this movie is a classic among horror fans alike. Uh, if you haven't seen this motherfucker, watch it. It will scare
yeah.
the dog shit out of you. Um, I know people. I know people back in the 30s had to have been like, holy shit, this movie scared the piss out of me. You know what I mean? Like I know, like because it had shock value. The little girl, like the whole thing with the little girl and stuff like that. He had no idea what he
No,
was doing.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
like
no,
he
you
thought
know,
him and the little girl were playing a game and stuff like that. And he felt misunderstood. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
No, you
Like
didn't know. You thought the flowers were floating. You thought, oh, what if a human floats? And but yeah, he doesn't know better. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can't really blame the guy. You have to feel, a little. You have to, I feel a little. You know what I mean? Because yeah,
yeah,
feel
but
bad for them. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, when they killed him at the end of the movie, I felt bad. I felt real bad for
Oh
him.
man, that was.
Because I mean, come on, like he had no idea what he was doing. He didn't know better. He didn't know any better of what was really going on and stuff. But I just think that this movie for it to be put in the Library of Congress, it deserves a huge 10 out of 10. You goddamn right.
Dang right it does.
This movie is a classic among horror fans. This movie is a classic among movie fans as well. And this, and you know, I gotta give the people who made this movie credit, lots and lots of credit. Uh, but yeah, this is probably gonna be like maybe the first time I've I remember last year we talked about Nosferatu, so
Yep.
this is maybe the first time I'm getting into the Universal stuff, the Universal monsters stuff.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think coming up very soon. I think I'm gonna call. I think we'll talk more about the Universal monster stuff down the line.
Yeah, we will. We'll do that.
Maybe sometime maybe next year when we do Ripped, we'll put in some of these
Yeah,
next
definitely.
year, like maybe the Wolfman or something like that. We'll see what
We'll
happens.
work on that. Yeah.
Because I kind of want to incorporate a little more classic films as well,
Definitely.
like I did
Definitely.
last year with Rosemary's Baby and Nosferatu and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Um, but let me know in the comments down below what y'all guys thought. If you have seen Frankenstein, the first the 1931 film, let me know in the comment section what y'all guys thought. Do you think that the monster deserved to die in the movie? Did you think that he deserved what he got? Because I don't think so. Like, um,
Yeah, me neither. Me neither.
because he got served a bad rap. You know what I mean? Because in my estimation, anyway, because he did not know what he was doing.
No.
He has the mind of a little kid. You know what I mean? Like, uh, like so. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what y'all guys thought of Frankenstein, um, and stuff like that. I am, as always, Mr. Grimreaper Farmer 2. This is my so-called Igor, uh, Dark Knight 987, and we will see you all in the afterlife. Peace.